Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
Hey, beef with me, I shoot the block, don't die, we spin again. See a 10 and shoot my shot like, bitch, I'm trying to win. Shoot to the stove for the drink, you and all your friends. Taking shots after shots, I'm trying to get it in. Yo, beef with me, I shoot the block, don't die, we spin again. See a 10 and shoot my shot like, bitch, I'm trying to win. Shoot to the stove for the drink, you and all your friends. Taking shots after shots, I'm trying to get it in. Back in the day, I wasn't getting them hoes, they was ignoring the play. Even if I was headed to their destination, they wasn't going my way. Shooting my shot, they wasn't going for that. I promise they going today. I put that dick on them, fuck them and lick on them now, I swear they just don't know what to say. I swear the mama a freak. Been ass over and beat cheeks. I don't know everything, but if that hoe go to testing me, I got a cheat sheet. Stay going hard, no weak me. Bust on the face, ski. We taking shots, then we repeat. She say it's on with Patron. I know that goose get her loose. I tell her come in and take off her shoes, and then I go knock in the boots. Me and you in the coupe, trying to slide what it do. All of my screws are tight than a bitch, but hers I'm knocking them loose. Yeah, I'm so faded and fucked up I can't stand on my feet. Still me and you in the jacuzzi, what I wanna see.
My name's Amazing. I was thinking I'm someone you should know. Yo, what is good with it? Part 4. I believe this is part 4. It's either part 4 or part 5 of the champion of the finals recap. But see, this one is a little bit different. See, this is gonna be the best one out of all of them because this is not me being an analyst, as they will. This is just me being a straight up Warriors fan, a straight up Curry fan. This is all biasness. That's why I waited for this one to be the last one. I waited to watch the championship parade. I waited for everybody to try to, see what their rebuttals was going to be. I did all that just for this episode, which was going to be the fan episode. Because the fan in me had to have my moment, bro. The fan in me just been, I haven't unleashed yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't even tell that I'm a Curry-holic. Because of my last couple videos, I've been being real unbiased. I've been trying to break down the Celtics and all yada. Now I'm finna be a fan because Draymond Green told you motherfuckers, you better not let us get another one. You better not let them boys win another one. Alright? And they fucked around and let it happen. So here we are. Steph fucking Curry. Wardell Stephen Curry, my guy. That is a 4-time NBA champion. All-Star Game MVP. Let me change that. The Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP. The first recipient of the new design award. Mind you, he just copped up all the new redesigned awards this year. The first ever Western Conference Magic Johnson Western Conference player of the Western Conference Award MVP, whatever you want to call that shit. I just know Magic Johnson name in the front of it. We copped up that Larry and that Bill. I mean, what more can they say? What can they say now? What they gonna say now? I mean, come on. Fuck all you hate. You know, one of the things I love to see, like, I can't watch First Take much because I really do not like Skip Bayless. Like, I despise that motherfucker at this point because I don't think that he should still be on TV. On TV, being allowed to do what he do. I'm just at the point where people who get access to this game, the fact that they only want access to shit on players, that's very bothersome to me. Like, we teach children and kids and everybody around the world to treat others as you would want to be treated, and you get these analysts getting on TV just going to town on some of these athletes. And I just don't like that. Because I didn't watch what Stephen A was saying about Skip Bayless, but every time he talk about Skip Bayless, it's the exact same story. Like, he ain't never shitted on that man. He give him far more praise and love than I would ever give to him. He constantly credits Skip for his success, which is something I would not do, because as hard as Stephen A worked, there's no way I would continuously pawn my credit off to Skip. And Skip found a way to have a problem with that. I was going to say something. This motherfucker has no value towards his friendship with Stephen A. that he would really turn that shit into a hot topic so that he can make some more money, get some more attention and some views. That's what that motherfucker is at this point. The fact that he can get on TV and shit on legends on a regular basis and make money off of that shit is embarrassing to me. When people want to point to the United States of America and everything is wrong, we got a lot of things that's wrong with this country. One of the things that I'm concerned about, that I'm worried about right now, is the fact that you can turn on the TV and see a bozo like Skip Bayless just spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. Motherfuckers like a Max Kellerman getting on TV spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. But I loved watching TV today and seeing Skip Bayless so infuriated with that Golden State parade. Oh man, I loved it. And you want to know what else I love? I love Golden State fans, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something. So obviously growing up, I was a Laker fan my whole life. I done told you the story. I grew up loving Kobe Bryant, so I became a Laker fan. I never had to root for any other team because the only player I actually loved was Kobe Bryant. He only played for the Lakers, so that's all I rooted for. I grew up as a Laker fan, basically loving everybody who was on the Lakers and yada yada yada. Then Steph Curry. I watched Steph Curry when he was at Davidson. Started to love him just like it was when I first saw Kobe. And through the years now, Steph Curry is my second favorite athlete all time behind Kobe. I became a Warrior fan. So I love everything about the Warriors. The Laker fans will defend each other to the core. Now, I understand we're in a different era right now where a lot of us real Laker fans get overshadowed by the LeBron stands that happen to join us the last couple years, just like they was with Miami, Cleveland again. You know what I'm saying? So we understand that right now we get a lot of shit thrown our way because a lot of people like to call LeBron stands Laker fans when in actuality they aren't. Like I said, during the playoffs, when the finals came around, you really had bozo-ass LeBron fans talking about we have to cheer for Boston now because we don't want Curry to win another ring. For one, like I said, when I saw that, I laughed because I'm a Curry fan, so I would never cheer for an opposing team over Steph Curry. That's not Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. Two, because I'm at the point where I wouldn't cheer for the Lakers to beat Steph Curry. The Lakers will be here for the rest of my life. Steph Curry ain't going to be able to play the rest of my life. I want Curry to be as successful as humanly possible. The only way I would root against Curry is if he was playing against Kobe Bean Bryant. That is the only way. I am so much of a Curry fan, I want him to beat the Lakers to get to a championship if it came to it. If the Lakers was in the conference championships against the Warriors, I'm picking it don't matter who I pick. I want the Warriors to win that because I want Steph Curry's leg. I'm about like Andre Iguodala. Anything to help Steph Curry and cement his legacy. That's all I care about. That is all I care about. Dead ass. Nothing else matter. Steph Curry's legacy being solidified. But back to those bozo LeBron stands. You actually had real Laker fans know we wouldn't. I don't care. Go find a real Laker fan that absolutely despised Steph Curry. I don't know why he despised him or why she despised him. Just go find the legitimate Laker fan, not the LeBron stan. Go find the legitimate Laker fan who grew up a Laker fan, can tell you all the championships they done seen. Go find them. But go find the one that don't like Steph Curry. Now, it's going to be hard to do that because most of the Laker fans, the legitimate Laker fans that I know, because I have a lot of friends that's actual Laker fans, we love Steph Curry. Now, some of them don't love him like I love him, but a lot of Laker fans love Steph Curry because Kobe loved Steph Curry. And Curry has never done anything to make you not like him. We literally look at Curry the way we look at Kobe. People try to discredit Curry like they try to discredit Kobe. Kobe won after Shaq. We love Shaq. We love Shaq. But Kobe is our guy. That is our hero. That's our Superman. That's our Batman. That's our Spy. That's our guy. We love Shaq. And we would never disrespect him by calling him our Robin. But Kobe is our guy. That don't take nothing away from how we feel about Shaq. Kobe is our guy. That is how Golden State look at Steph Curry. Golden State ain't out here disrespecting Kevin Durant. But Curry is our guy. And Laker fans, the real ones, because I'm trying to tell you, let me finish the thought as a matter of fact. Go find that real Laker fan that grew up Kobe, Magic, and all them dudes. And I'm going to just tell you right now, A real Laker fan is not going to be too big a fan of LeBron right now. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because me and my real Laker fans who've been Laker fans our whole lives, I'm gonna give you some insight into one of the conversations we have in a minute. But go find that Laker fan and find one that don't like Steph Curry for whatever reason, and ask them who did they go for in a finals with Steph Curry in Boston. I promise you, they said, oh, I rooted for Steph Curry. You're going to be like, well, I thought you just hated him. Oh, it don't matter. Fuck, I don't like him, but fuck Boston. I will never root for Boston to win a championship. Never. Let me tell you how far this shit run, how deep this shit run. It was two things, as a matter of fact, that will make me not root for Steph Curry. If he's going up against Kobe Bryant, and if he is playing for the Boston Celtics. You see, me hating the Boston Celtics is so ingrained in me. For one, Steph Curry is too good of a man. He would never join the raggedy-ass Boston Celtics. That would never happen. You see, Boston, your fans are far too racist to ever have a player like a Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's why AD didn't come to you hoe-ass motherfuckers. Because your type of franchise, your greats, you either drafting them or you got to talk about them because they played back in the day. Because nobody's signing with Boston. No legend is signing with Boston, bro. It's just not happening. You motherfuckers think it's funny that you're racist and shit. And you like to call people, oh, you're soft. Klay Thompson, soft. Oh, Aisha can't cook, huh? That's so funny that Aisha can't cook. Because you motherfuckers, Boston, you motherfuckers can't seem to cook up another championship. I find that so funny. You motherfuckers talking about Aisha can't cook. How about you motherfuckers find a way to cook up a championship? Because I only seen y'all win one of them bitches since I've been alive. One. I done seen the Lakers win about 5 of them bitches since I've been alive. And that ain't even talking about all the other championships other teams done won since I done been alive. But for some reason, I'm listening to all these goofy ass Boston fans and all these goofy ass Boston former players. Oh, Boston's such a traditional, we a standard bearer. No, you're not, bro. If you're in your 30s right now, hell, if you're in your 40s, you only saw Boston win one chip, bro. You gotta go back to the Larry Bird days, bro. Mind you, Larry only got you motherfuckers 4 or 3. Those 11 chips that you got to win when the NBA wasn't even really the NBA, it was just the NB, and truly it was just the N at the time. Bro, nobody gives a fuck about those. We give Bill Russell his credit. Nobody gives a fuck that the Celtics won those championships no more, bro. Nobody. So while you keep talking about Aisha can't cook, how about you motherfuckers go to Boston, ask your fucking team to figure out a way to cook up another championship? Because that's what ain't cooking right now. Championships. Oh, Boston, all we know is titles. All we know. Bro, you've seen one title in like the past, 20 plus fucking years, bro. More than that. The majority of your titles came when nobody else was hooping in the NBA. Like JJ Redick said, motherfuckers was playing against plumbers, bro. Stop it. Like, come on, man. Come on. And you want to know what? I'm about to get real disrespectful in a second. I told you, this is a fan episode. Put Bob Cousy ass on the court in today's NBA. Bro, I ain't even trying to be disrespectful to Bill Russell, but I ain't gonna disrespect Bill Russell. Bob Cousy a different motherfucker. I disrespect him. Just because but I ain't gonna disrespect Bill. Bill had to play with a whole bunch of racists. I know them white men hated every single one of them championships Bill won, boy. I know they hated every single one. Could you imagine that? Playing in Bill's time, bro, winning them championships? Boy, they probably was on the hunt for that motherfucker. They probably had to hide Bill after he won them chips. But I want to circle right back to the conversation that me and real Laker fans be having, okay? Because it's no disrespect to LeBron. We love LeBron. We clearly can judge him from an unbiased standpoint because we're Laker fans. We understand winning and whatnot. Listen, man. We love LeBron, but we love LeBron for what he did, and we respect him for what he did before LA. Us Laker fans don't really think he done much for us since he done got there. Every conversation me and my guys have, my real Laker homies, everyone we have, we preface it by saying like we respect LeBron. He one of the GOATs of this era. Him and Curry are those guys. It's a great conversation because all of us in the group like Steph and LeBron. Like three of the dudes' favorite player is LeBron. Well, no, all of our favorite player is Kobe. But as far as who playing right now, three of them favorite player is LeBron. One of them is KD, and the other two, me and the other man, ours is Curry. The dude who like KD though said he about to stop being a KD fan because he don't like how KD talks so much on Twitter. But every time we talk about LeBron, we preface it by saying him and Curry are the GOATs of this generation. We just specifically talking about him as a Laker because we Laker fans. That's all we talking about. We kind of sick of it. For one, all of us love B.I., so we always pick, and all of us love Zoe. Like we love Zoe. Zoe and B.I., that's our guys. So we not happy. But now all of us didn't like Kuzma. That's what's hilarious. All of us was cool with Kuzma then. None of us to this day have one time complained about the Russell Westbrook trade. Well, one of my homeboys hate Russ. But other than that, none of us really give a damn about the Russell Westbrook thing because we wanted Kuzma about this bitch. And whatever it took, bro. We did not give a fuck. We was so over Kyle Kuzma, bro. We was so. The biggest reason me and one of my homies was over him because we never thought he was as good as people was hyping him up to be. And during that time where people was trying to say he was better than Lonzo and B.I., we really had a problem with that. We didn't like that. So we couldn't wait till that motherfucker got traded. I'm just being honest with you. That's why you've never heard me one time complain about Kyle Kuzma. You notice how every time I talk about the Lakers trading away their youth, I never bring up Kyle Kuzma. It's a reason. I'm happy that he making money doing his thing in Washington. I'm happy he doing his thing in Washington. But they shouldn't have let them boys get number 4. Boy, listen, did you see the fucking GOAT in the Curry jersey at the parade, bro? Did you see Jordan Poole with the Super Soakers? It was Kid Splash with the Super Soakers. It was a pool party. Did you see him take one of the kids out of the crowd and walk up the street? Like, bro, they lived it fucking up. I know KD was hot. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't the fan episode, but like I said, bro, this is heavy Warrior fandom right now. This entire episode, heavy Warrior fandom. As a matter of fact, let's talk about Kevin Durant, bro. Let's talk about him. I like Kevin Durant. Obviously, you know I love Kevin Durant. But since this is the fan episode, let's just go ahead. I'm gonna say something on this episode that I probably would have said it on the other one. I'm kind of confused by Kevin Durant, bro. Because Kevin Durant talking about some Charles. So Charles Barkley basically said that if Kevin Durant can't be the bus driver, since he like to be talking about buses, you know, they say Kevin Durant not the bus driver, and he ain't. And some people want to be nice and say that he was the. And I really think people would really say how they truly felt about KD if they didn't want to hear all the comebacks and shit. It's no way you sell me that you look at KD in the light of a LeBron, Steph, and Kobe and Jordan and all them dudes. It's no way you can tell me you look at it like that when every single one of them dudes led. LeBron is the funny one, but all those dudes led teams to championships as the leading guys on teams more than once. Kevin Durant has never even done that once. To say Kevin Durant was the leader on Golden State to me is ignorant, and I done always said this, because he wasn't the leader of that team. He was the best scorer on that team. Ty Lue still double teamed Curry because he said, man, we can let KD go one-on-one. If we let this motherfucker Curry go do what he do, then we have no chance. Not to mention, Ty Lue still had no chance in them 2 finals with Curry and KD because Curry still put up 28 plus in both finals. It ain't like Curry. Motherfuckers be acting like Curry averaged 10 points when Kevin Durant was there. That's what's so crazy to me. And motherfuckers wanted to use that so much to discredit KD. I mean, to discredit Steph. And that's why they hate Skip Bayless motherfuckers. He hate that Curry was able to win without Kevin Durant again. You see, they want to discredit the first one by saying, oh, well, you know, Kyrie and Kevin Love didn't play. How they gonna discredit this one? Oh, well, Boston wasn't a good team. And it's so funny to me because, you know, we would have looked at Kobe Bryant completely different if he didn't win after Shaq. Especially since Shaq won after Kobe. Could you imagine if Kobe had never had won after Shaq? Could you imagine if LeBron never won another championship after leaving Miami? Could you imagine if Steph Curry had never won before or after Kevin Durant? It's just funny me saying that because, like, the man won before Kevin Durant as the leader of a team. He was the leader of the fucking team while Kevin Durant was there, and somehow we still give Kevin Durant all the credit because of 2 finals MVPs, which, like I said, is the most fraudulent award in the NBA in my opinion. Because I don't see nobody was calling none of them Spurs better players than Tim Duncan, even though Tim Duncan was giving away finals MVPs to other players on his team. I never seen nobody bring that up. Like I said, Tim Duncan's not a top 10 player all time, but for some reason the championships he got, that people act as if he had to average 40 fucking points winning them alone, those overhype his career and him as a player, when in actuality Tim Duncan was not better than Kobe, Bron, KD, Curry. I don't even put this I was finna say something. I don't even put this motherfucker Tim Duncan over KD, and he more of a winner than Kevin Durant. Tim Duncan embodied a lot of the things that's why I don't want people to think I'm disrespecting Tim Duncan. I respect the shit out of Tim Duncan. But for people to walk around and say, well, Tim Duncan was a selfless superstar. Bro, Tim Duncan was never the superstar that Kobe Bryant was. So I can't imagine that Tim Duncan would have been a selfish superstar. He wasn't Kobe. He wasn't KD. He wasn't Curry. He wasn't Bron. He wasn't Mike. Hell, motherfucker wasn't Pip. Okay, I'm just being funny with that one. But come on, man. The motherfucker wasn't Hakeem, Shaq, or nothing like that. So motherfuckers acting like Tim Duncan could have been walking around like he had the skill set of one of those legit offensive threats, so that was a big man. Like, no. Tim Duncan's prime, for one, he won seasonal MVPs that you can dispute he could have lost to other players. Tim Duncan has never been better than Shaquille O'Neal. Because I'm going to just use big men. He is not better than Shaq. Because you know how people like to do these one-on-one. I'm not even thinking about these big motherfuckers one-on-one. I'm just taking their whole career into account. If I had a Shaq with Greg Popovich and all those motherfuckers, he would have won too. Like, bruh, if anything, the credit should not be going to Tim Duncan. Because, yes, Tim Duncan played an integral part of the Spurs winning. Tim Duncan is a legend. First ballot Hall of Famer. We act as if Tim Duncan didn't have Robinson, Manu, Kawhi. And I'm going to preference the Kawhi one in a second. Manu, Parker, you know, phenomenal role players like Steven Jackson, Michael, like so many great role players. Bruce Bowen, like plethora of Hall of Fame level role players. And the reason I'll preference Kawhi is because Kawhi, this is one of my gripes with people who like to put Kawhi over a lot of different players. Kawhi, yes, he did win a championship with the Spurs in which he won a Finals MVP. You could dispute he should not have won that Finals MVP. That Finals MVP is closer to that one Andre Iguodala won than closer to the one that LeBron and Curry and Kevin Durant won. In all honesty. And that's why I really hate the Finals MVP, because to me that is a fraudulent award. They just get that shit out based off narratives and shit like that, because the person who really should win those awards never really win it unless you LeBron and you so far and away the best player on your team. Even though LeBron played with other Hall of Famers, and this is a credit to Chris Bosh and Wade, bro, those are 2 Hall of Famers that did not try to interrupt the flow. They understood we got to take steps back. For Chris it's 2, for me it's 1. so LeBron can be the leader. He's not the leader, but the best player on the team, so he can flourish. Because if he flourishing, he can do more than if I'm flourishing or Bosh. You know what I'm saying? Him averaging 30 is different than us averaging 30. So that's what most teams understand. Now, unless you Kobe and Shaq and you just, both of you motherfuckers don't give a damn. You're not trying to take a backseat to each other and you could just find ways to win championships because you're just so far and away more talented than everybody else. Cool. That's different. That's much like the Warriors. With Kevin Durant, 2 years. Or 3 years. The 2 years that they won, they had him for 3 years, but him and Clay got hurt at the back end of that. In those 2 years, you didn't have to worry about nobody being taking a step back. Even though Curry did clearly take a step back for Durant, both of them, his step back didn't really. He still averaged damn near 30s with his step back. The parade was lovely though, man. You got Captain Clay because his hat flew off when he was on his boat to the parade. You got Curry wearing all 3 of his championship rings around his neck. Understand he couldn't wear the 4th one because they ain't getting them until the start of the season. You got Draymond Green with yet another fire-ass championship parade shirt. Shout out to San Francisco and all the fans that went to the parade because that shit looked absolutely fire. Really, truly, some of the dopest shit I've ever seen. In all honesty, just some of the dopest shit I've ever seen. And we about to do it again next year. Listen, like the dude said, the mayor or whoever it was who did the beginning talks for the speeches. These championships, you gotta cherish them. They don't come around all the time. Well, it's a little bit different when you got Curry and them boys. Listen, I think Andre Iguodala might retire. I hope he become like an assistant or something on the team because I just love Dre. Because when I talk about the Warriors core, it's the Warriors core 4. Yeah, they drafted those 3, Curry, Dre, Clay. But bro, Iguodala has been a part of all 4 of these championships. He has been as integral a piece as he has been too important to say that he wasn't a part of this big 4. Even Curry, Clay, and Drake constantly tell you how important Andre Iguodala is to this team. And it really could be a start, the Fab 5 if you count Steve Kerr. And we gonna have Poole next year back, who gonna be better next year. And I just love that Jordan Poole got to go through this and be an X factor in this throughout the entirety of the playoffs. Even though he had highs and lows throughout the playoffs, the fact that he can say and he can feel inside that I was a part of this championship, that's gonna do a lot for his confidence going forward. Like, I still believe that Golden State should hold on to Jordan Poole. You can teach Jordan Poole to be a better team defender. Would Jordan Poole ever be a great defender? Probably not. But nobody thought Steph Curry would ever become the defender that he is right now. If Jordan Poole can put some more muscle on his body like Steph Curry, and I'm not trying to say Jordan Poole go be Steph Curry. I'm not saying that. Steph Curry is generational. It's like I wouldn't tell Jason Tatum to go be Kobe. I wouldn't tell nobody that Luka go be Bron. You know what I'm saying? These players are generational talents. However, you can take parts of what Curry did to improve his game, to make himself better. And you can take some of those pointers and things that he did and even make yourself even better. Because Jordan Poole was meant to be in the Bay. Like, this motherfucker was born and bred to be a Golden State Warrior. Clay, Dre, Curry, Iggy. Like, Iggy gonna retire as a Warrior, not a 76er, bro. Like, Iguodala is not going to take a one-day contract to retire as a Philadelphia 76er. I rarely even hear people bring up his part of. Andre Iguodala was a perennial all-star in Philly, bro. Like, I rarely hear people bring up Andre Iguodala's Philadelphia career, which was a phenomenal fucking career. But Andre Iguodala done had a Kobe Bryant-like career in the sense that when he was number 8, you know, that's his athletic highlights and all that type of. When he became, I cannot remember what my boy. I'm not talking about Iggy's number. When he was 24, Kobe basically. When he entered his 24 years, his wise years, 4-time champ. Like, I just appreciate watching Andre Iguodala so much, bro. So much. I mean, to hear Draymond talk about how Andre Iguodala made him a better defender, and you can see it. Go look at those championships and how Andre Iguodala and Draymond was locking up together. Go look at how Andre Iguodala played defense, how smart he played defense, how he keep his hands out, how he stay in his position, how he can move his feet without even thinking about it, how he's so great at recovering, how his IQ on defense just outmatched most other players. Like, to see Andre Iguodala turn Draymond into one of the greatest defenders this game has ever seen, bruh, it's unreal. To see how he coach up the young dudes, Gary Payton, Wiggs, Poole, like, to see him coach up all these guys, bro. Like, Andre Iguodala is so important to everything Golden State has ever done. To Steph, to Kerr, to Dre, to Wiggs, to Clay. Like, Andre Iguodala is going to have his jersey retired with the Warriors and hanging in the rafters. It is no two rafters. It's no two ways around it. You see how I can say that now? There's no two ways around it. I used to be a 2, not no more. I'm straight up on the 2. Yes, sir. Bro, it's much like, so my brother still talk like we living in Baltimore. He still say 2, and he talk like that. And because I don't talk like that no more, it's irritating listening to him talk like that, because I kind of feel like he do it on purpose, because he ain't lived in Baltimore in like 15 years. So for him to, well, he do go up there and visit regularly, so I don't know. But I just feel like he live in Durham, so it's no reason why he should still be saying T instead of just 2. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do get sometimes, like, when you know, just you on a tangent, you can accidentally slip into, like, some of these motherfuckers down here in the South got real southern draws. Yeah, I ain't never had that, but anyways, back to what we were saying. Andre Iguodala's importance to this team, bro. Like, he definitely gonna have his jersey retired in the rafters. I don't know why I keep calling that shit the Raptors. He gonna have his jersey retired in the rafters. He gonna have, see, that's another word I'm working on. He gonna have his this ain't speech class, bruh, so I ain't gonna keep doing this shit. But listen. Andre Iguodala, I'm trying to decide in my mind, should they put a statue of this motherfucker out there? And I truly do believe, I know it's gonna be some fight back, some pushback on that. Andre Iguodala getting a statue, bro? What? Listen, I truly believe, cause Lamar Odom, I wouldn't put a statue of him outside of Staples or the Crypt, but he played a very integral part of the Lakers' success, but nowhere near to the level of what Andre Iguodala is for the Warriors, if I can put it to you like that. Like Sasha Vujacic, Shannon Brown, all them dudes played a great part, but nowhere near the roles that obviously Kobe played. But like, if I'm talking about, like, when you go down the line, Pau Gasol's impact was so far and away greater than those dudes. Like, when you look at the Warriors, Clay, Dre, Steph, their impact is right there with each other. Like, it's no one dude got so far and away a bigger impact. It's not like that. For the Lakers in that Kobe Pau era, Kobe and Powell had so far and away a bigger impact than the other players on the team. And while all those other players were important, nowhere near as important. If Kobe and Powell could have good games and we would win. They didn't need a point from them other motherfuckers. They didn't need more than 5 from everybody else. Kobe and Powell go off, we're going to win. Straight up. They don't need 2, 3, 4, 5 other dudes going off. You get them 2 going off, we're good. You know what I'm saying? But that is kind of a different area. So you look at this Warrior team. That's why it's so unique, because I don't look at. Okay, so check this out. And maybe this is why I look at Curry the way I look at him. But I've never thought like this, because I always look at it as I never want to degrade or discredit or disrespect Dre, Clay, or Iggy ever, because I love them dudes. But I don't look at Draymond, Clay, or Iguodala the way I look at a Dwayne Wade, the way I look at a fucking Pau Gasol. I don't think none of them dudes is greater than a Pau Gasol in his prime. I don't think none of them dudes better than Dwayne Wade in his prime. I don't think any of those dudes better than what's my man's name? Shaq in his prime. Well, Shaq, period. But like Steph Curry, I look at as a top 10 player all time. Curry's in my top 5 all time, I'm pretty sure. So it's so crazy, because like Dwayne Wade won a championship with Bron. Like I'm not talking. Matter of fact, let me switch the wording. LeBron's co-star was Wade. I'm looking at all these co-stars, and most of these co-stars, bro, is greater all time than a Clay, Dre, and Iggy. That's what's wild when you think about them individually, but like collectively, you like nah, and you wouldn't look at them like, cause you go up to anybody and say, who you taking? Claymon. Who you taking? Dre or Wade? Everybody's gonna say Wade. Who you taking? Dre or Chris Bosh? Most people are probably gonna say Chris Bosh. I'm taking Dre, but most people are gonna take Chris Bosh. Who you gonna take? I would have took Wade with the other one. People are gonna say, who you gonna take? Wade or Klay Thompson? Most people are gonna take Dwayne Wade. Who you gonna take? Clay or Chris Bosh? That's an interesting one, because that one might be split, because you actually might get more people who take Klay Thompson than Chris Bosh. But I just know Chris Bosh in his prime. People who saw Chris Bosh in his prime are not going to take Klay Thompson over Chris Bosh because of his height and just because of what he could do in his prime. But I would take Klay Thompson over Chris Bosh just slightly, because I even know how dirty Chris Bosh used to be, bro. Like, I do not want to discredit. Like, that's one of the greatest things. That's one of the most ignorant conversations I used to hear people talk about is, oh, Chris Bosh not a good player. Like, bro, you can't be fucking serious. This man is one of the people who is showing you that you have to take a step back to be a great player to win championships. And y'all really gonna shit on this man and tell me that this man not a good player right now? Like, I just want y'all to think about something for a second. All the people who shitted on Chris Bosh during those championship runs because that man was smart enough to understand he can't be the Raptors Chris Bosh with Miami if he want to win a championship. All the people who shitted on him, go look at his impact in those championship teams, and go look at Kevin Love's impact on all those championship teams and championship losses with Cavs. It's no contest. Chris Bosh was so far and away a better player than Kevin Love, which is one of the greatest fallacies or mysteries in my opinion all the time. Because I watched every single Cavalier, every single LeBron Steph finals I watched. Kevin Love was so bad in every single fucking one of them that it made no sense to me. Like, I used to think to myself, bruh, Iman Shumpert and J.R. fucking Smith are religiously outplaying Kevin Love, bruh. Now, I know some people might look at his rebounding numbers, right? And be like, oh, well, he had this many rebounds. Bruh, that motherfucker was basically Harrison Barnes, bruh, for the Cavs. That's what he was. It's really unreal how ineffective Kevin Love used to be in those finals appearances. Go look at Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was not ineffective in the finals. Chris Bosh was a damn good player. So I understand people taking Chris Bosh over Klay Thompson, because I damn near want to do it, to be honest with you. Like, I am so close to have picking Chris Bosh over Klay Thompson. But ultimately, I'm going to ride with Klay. So when you look at that, I mean, I'm just saying, Curry, and I always talk about how people like to have revisionist history. Obviously, Clay, Dre are superstars, and well, not superstars, but obviously they Hall of Famers, which is more important than superstar. They are first ballot Hall of Famers right now. But bruh, when they won that first title, The only superstar on that team was Steph Curry, and he wasn't even a superstar yet. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson were not thought of then as they are now. But for some reason, people like to go back to those first championships they won and was like, well, he had Klay and Dre in they first battle of Hall. They weren't at the time, motherfucker. Most motherfuckers didn't even know Klay. I keep calling my man Klay Mondrian. I keep combining those two men names. I'm on my Klay shit right now. Anything is possible. Henny is disgusting. I always hear people talk about getting drunk, and they like, man, when I sit down and talk to people who drink, they be like, yeah, man, all this shit really nasty, but what's important is I'm trying to get drunk and then do what I needed to do. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Well, it's funny to me, and this shit gonna always be funny to me. One time, me and my cousin was at our crib chilling, right, and we had like, it was 2 females and our other homeboy over there chilling. It might have been 4 no, I think it was 3 females and us 3, me and my cousin and my homie. And we had all bought 2 bottles of Ciroc. And we wanted to go ahead, and we all drank that whole first bottle in like a matter of minutes. And we passed it around, right? And so I wasn't really hitting it like that because I'm a smoker. I don't really care for the alcohol no more. Like, I'm not looking to get drunk. I'm never looking to be drunk. So, but I was hitting it here and there. We getting around this bottle, right? And I guess my cousin was looking at how some of these motherfuckers was taking sips from, and this is before COVID. This is way before COVID. And even though this is pre-COVID, in any era it's disgusting. Like my man Mark Jackson said, that's nasty. But so I guess my cousin was looking at how motherfuckers was sipping on this bottle, right? And I'm not going to take myself out of this story to try to make myself look better. But I dead ass was not really taking sips. Like, I probably sipped from this bottle twice. Because once somebody get the bottle and they start talking, I'm not paying that shit no attention. And we was in my room, so I was on my game anyways. But so I'm on my cousin. I guess he just looking at how people taking sips out of this bottle. Hold up for a quick second. I guess he looking at how motherfuckers taking sips out of this bottle, and out of nowhere, that motherfucker look up. He say, "All y'all taking sips from that bottle?" He said, "That's how you catch mono." Like, out of nowhere, bruh. That motherfucker had me dying, bruh. And I thought to myself, that is how motherfuckers catch mono. Me and that motherfucker didn't take another hit from that bottle, bro. We just let them go ahead and kill that shit, bro. Mind you, Ciroc, bro, vodka tastes like rubbing alcohol to me. I guess Ciroc do got a kind of hint of a flavor to it, I guess. I'm more of a bourbon motherfucker if I was to drink. I'm on them Jim Beams. But you know, that's me. I didn't just win a championship like 4-time champion Steph Curry. And we going for 5. We gonna be better next year. If we healthy, bro, you motherfuckers is in trouble. I'm hearing a lot of people say, oh, you know, if the Clippers healthy. I like Kawhi. I like PG. I love PG. If we healthy, we beating them too. The biggest problem that I see with Paul George, and I love Paul George, when he was let go, when he got out of Indiana, that structure, and he got to play so loose and free and do whatever the fuck he wanted to when he got to OKC, that kind of threw me off when it come to him and winning a championship, because he don't play like he want to win a championship. Like, he don't make championship type plays right now. And I really want to see Paul George win a championship, but I don't want to see him win one with the Clippers, bro. I do not want to see that man win one. Matter of fact, it's 3 ways that I wouldn't root for Curry. If that motherfucker was a Celtic going against Kobe, or if he was a Clipper. That'd just be disgusting. Who would want to be a Clipper? Like, bro, Paul George and Kawhi chose to be Clippers, bro. That is disgusting. That is the biggest blemish on Kawhi and PG's career resumes for me, bro. They openly chose to become Clippers, bro. That is disgusting. Bro, why would you sign with the Clippers, bro? Like, to me, that's just like these motherfuckers, KD in Brooklyn. KD and Kyrie signing with Brooklyn, bro. Bruh, why would y'all sign with Brooklyn when the Knicks is right there, bruh? Like, that don't make no sense. If you gonna go to LA, then go to the Lakers. If you gonna go to New York, bruh, go to the Knicks. Why would you go to the lesser than team, bruh? That don't make no sense to me. You already done made up your mind you gonna live in New York. So you already done made up your mind you willing to deal with that media and blase. Why not go to the team with that's have so far and away the bigger fan base, the perks? Can you imagine if Kevin Durant played with the Knicks right now? Do you know the type of backing KD would be getting in the media if he played with the fucking Knicks, bruh? I guarantee you if Kyrie and KD played with the Knicks, that mandate would have been lifted earlier. Bro, New York ain't lifting no mandate for the fucking Brooklyn Nets, bruh. That's the Nets. It ain't happening. Bro, San Francisco didn't lift the mandate for the Warriors. You thought they was finna lift the mandate in New York for the Nets? The 3rd or 4th favorite team? Because it don't matter about best. Because they love the motherfucking Knicks up there. It don't matter about best. The New York Giants and the New York Jets still selling out every Sunday. It don't matter about being the best. Which is so funny to me about New York motherfuckers, because, you know, they carry so much pride about these sorry-ass teams that they root for, bruh. It's so funny to me. Like, you root for them sorry-ass Knicks, and you got so much Knick pride, and them motherfuckers is garbage every year. And that's no disrespect to the players. I'm talking about the organization. The Giants was the last great team you had, and that was so... Bruh, I was in high school when them motherfuckers was good. That was in 2012. The Jets wasn't good. They ain't been good since Rex Ryan. It's like 3rd year or 4th year. Or whenever his last great year was. Like, bruh. Imagine growing up in them 2 cities and raising your children to root for those 2 sorry-ass teams, bro. I would never do that to my child, bro. I would never do that to my child. If I lived in a city where the team is trash, and I live in a state where the team was trash, or in the city that the team is in, I'm not finna have my kid root for that sorry ass team just because they live there. Like, bruh, I ain't never been a Panther fan a day in my life, bruh. When I got to North Carolina all these years ago, bruh, Carolina, I've been living here for a long time. I don't fucking rep the Panthers. Now, I do love Ace Boogie. Cam Newton. QB1. Love Cam Newton. Bro, I ain't never rooted for... I love Steve Smith. I'm not rooting for no fucking Panthers. If my child... I'm not having none of my children root for the Panthers, cuz. Now, if they... You know, I had children and, you know, the Panthers is like an elite team. Sure. Root for the team that's in your city. Because they good. But if the team in the city we living in is trash, I'm going to sit my children down and tell them, listen, man, you can be a fan of the team in your city, but we suck. So why do that to yourself? You are young. You can legitimately hop onto a bandwagon right now, and nothing would be wrong with that. I would advise you. Listen, I ain't saying like the best team in the NFL or in the league, but I'm also saying it ain't no problem with not liking one of the worst. Okay? For some reason, fans think just because you have a sorry-ass team that make you more loyal of a fan or some shit. Like, no, motherfucker, that just make you stupid. Bro, you don't win money for being a loyal fan, bro. Now listen, I know that's easy for me to say when mostly every single one of my teams that I root for is winners. But that was just fucking the luck of the draw. I always was gonna root for Baltimore. That was never if or and. I was always gonna root for Baltimore. I was always gonna root for the Lakers, basically. But the Lakers, because if Kobe, I could have been a motherfucker who only rooted for Kobe and never rooted for the Lakers. And as soon as he retired, I could have been like, okay, fuck the Lakers. Didn't do that. So I'm kind of lucky. I don't watch hockey. Well, see, my baseball team garbage. Phillies. I ain't seen the Phillies win no championship since I've been alive. No shocker there. A Phillies team, a sports team garbage. Ooh, riddle me surprised. A Philly team good enough to do something and never do shit. Riddle me surprised. But this ain't about the Philadelphia Phillies. This is about the 4-time NBA champion Stephen fucking Curry. Bro, I saw some weirdo at the parade. I saw the little video, some weirdo holding up a sign to let me marry Riley or some weird shit like that, bro. They should have got the cops out there on that weird motherfucker, man. I just think it's weird that you would think to yourself, man, let me make a sign and say, Curry, let me marry your daughter, bro, who is not even in high school yet. Hell, I don't even know if his daughter is in middle school yet. And you got this fucking weirdo coming to the parade with that sign, bro. Now, I already can hear it right now. Oh, man, he was just being fun. It was just fun, man. That shit weird, bro. That shit's weird. That goat, though, whoever brought that goat with the Steph Curry jersey on it, you one of the realest. You is one of, and I'm pretty sure you already know that. You seem like the type of individual who make decisions, who makes smart decisions. So it feel like you got the right people in your life who would let you know, like, yo, my guy, you was actually the GOAT. But I just want you to know, whoever brought that GOAT with the Steph Curry jersey on, you are truly a GOAT. Because that was like some GOAT behavior, bro. Because you really could have sat at home and thought of doing some weird shit, like making a sign that said, Curry, let me marry your daughter. Like, you could have pulled out some weird shit like that. Instead, my man's had a whole Curry at the house. That man had a whole Curry at the house and brought it out. That's some unbelievably GOAT shit, man. Shout out to that fan. And that parade, bro, so amazing. Bro, I know it's so many analysts, so many talking heads on TV that's gonna just despise what Draymond Green had to say. Hey, yo, Marcus Spears, bro, you are a fucking weirdo, bro. You are a fucking weirdo. And I'm not talking about you as a person, bro. I'm talking about this weirdo take you just had when you talking about I don't even know what the new media is. Well, how about this, bozo? You sit down to figure everything else out. So how come, for some reason, because you feel like Draymond Green going against your colleagues and whatnot, why do you not sit down and actually, find out what the new media is, like you will for them if they was saying something? Because if your colleagues said, oh, we the new media, I bet you your big ass would be up there, yeah, we the new media. You would know what it is then. But for some reason, because you feel like Draymond going against your colleagues and stuff, you wanted to get on TV and be stupid this morning. I don't even know what the new media is. Can somebody explain to me? Like, bro, stop it, bro. Stop it. The new media is when you motherfuckers say, well, Lamar Jackson going to have to change the way he played because, he got hurt last year. But the new media will say, Lamar Jackson got hurt because he was playing in the pocket trying to escape a sack. You see, the new media would bring in those details. You know how the old media like to say, well, history, nobody think about the details and yada. Well, the new media says, oh, but we do, though. We know all that. Oh, the Warriors dynasty, they had 2 bad years. That's what the old media say. But the new media say, well, Clay was hurt, Dre was hurt, Steph was hurt. KD had just left, so it was a team that was going through a new transition. That's what the new media say. But the old media, they don't give you the details and all that type of stuff. The old media more intent on shitting on players. See, the old media will tell you that LeBron is greater because Steph Curry sucks. The new media will say, no. LeBron is great, and Steph Curry is great also. And let me explain to you why LeBron is great and why Steph Curry is great. Because we don't care about who is the better or two. We can have that conversation on a different day. We want to address to you why both of these men deserve flowers and why they are two of the greats and two of the greatest we have ever seen. That's the new media. For some reason, Marcus Spears, as educated a man I'm sure he is, he couldn't put that together. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So I guess Marcus Spears on the list too. I mean, that's just very weird, because Marcus Spears is the type of person who actually do break down things and try to, talk about the intricate details people might be leaving out of the whole story. So that's very funny. Maybe he just had a slip up today. Maybe he was just feeling, trying to ride for his colleagues real hard. And I'm all for riding for your colleagues and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But ESPN and these sports media dudes and media members just funny, because it's one thing when you riding for your colleagues. These motherfuckers ride for each other off of saying stupid shit, wrong shit, biased shit. Like, it's just... It's very... And let me tell you something else. The good media members who know they good, they don't worry about the new media. Because they basically say, I've been the new media, because I'm everything Draymond talk about. Those type of people, you haven't heard them bring up that shit yet. Because they know what they are. They don't need to feel like, oh, well, I got to take up for my... Nah, B. I even hear people saying, well, that just means it's sports media driven by players. No, it don't. No, it don't. He literally told Stephen A. he be acting like the new media sometimes. Stephen A. ain't never picked up a motherfucking ball in the NBA. He ain't never laced up a pair of sneakers for an NBA team and dropped no bucket for him. It's not just athlete driven media. It's athletes in the media who just as bad as the motherfuckers who never played. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, this dude, Kendrick Perkins, bro, he been catching hell since the Warriors won a title, boy. Every time somebody call him out on some of his goofy-ass picks, that motherfucker try to get mad. That's what I'm saying, bro. Why is everybody acting like they scared of that big, goofy motherfucker, man? Like, dead ass, bro. People around ESPN walking around like that man gonna do something to him, bro. His octave be getting his voice be getting deeper and shit. He be pumping out his chest like he gonna do something. Why y'all be scaring? Why y'all be letting that man bully y'all at ESPN, man? Y'all gotta do something. ESPN, y'all got a big bully, a big old ugly black bully running around the studio, man. Every time he say some stupid shit and people call him out on it, bro, he try to bully him, bro. He try to get hella aggressive, man. Do something with that man. Because if that man had been right, do you know how he would have been pumping out his chest, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man. ESPN, y'all gotta do something with that big goofy motherfucker, man. He running wild over there. And you know what? I didn't think you could get no worse than this goofy motherfucker that used to be there named Ryan Hollins. But boy, Kendrick Perkins, boy, he's something else. He in his feelings. Skip Bayless, bro, he been legendarily in his feelings right now, bro. This generational hate that Skip Bayless is showing right now, oh my God. You truly love to see it. It's like, how much madder can this old man get? Like, it's unbelievable. And can you imagine if Kevin Durant... Now, I'm not wishing this on Kevin Durant, but can you just... Matter of fact, it won't matter. Because if Kevin Durant don't win a championship within the next 2 years, Skip Bayless going to hop off of that man bandwagon too and start throwing shots at Kevin Durant. It's all narrative based for Skip, bro. He don't delve in actualities and shit like that, in reality. It's like I said, every time somebody legitimately bring up the fact that Kevin Durant was never the bus driver of a championship team, rather he was on a bus that was already built by Steph Curry, and there's no problem with that. But come on, man, that was clearly not his team. He did not build that team. He might have been the best scorer on that team. And I know that to y'all, being the best scorer means being the best player. but he didn't have to do on that team what Steph Curry had to do. And I say it all the time. Take Steph off the team and see if that team win a championship. It's a mindset that you have to have that Kevin Durant, to me, personally, has not shown that he has. Except for those 2 years he was willing to sacrifice. And I don't even really think Kevin Durant sacrificed shit when he went to Golden State. Kevin Durant still got to get the buckets that he got when he was in OKC. The difference was he got to get them far easier because he had an actual other superstar on the team and another dude who can get the buckets, who could shoot just as good as him, and a coach who had a system in place that worked. So it ain't like he had to do more than he did in OKC. He had a far easier road in Golden State. And it wasn't a team that he built. He just came and joined a ready-made situation. And I love that people like to try to flip this narrative and say, well, they couldn't have won without Kevin Durant. Bro, that's funny that you keep saying they needed Kevin Durant. They won without him, and Kevin Durant has not won without them. I don't understand this need word being put on Golden State and not on Kevin Durant. I even saw Bozo the other day say, well, you know, he still got time to win without a champion. Because somebody was like, what are you talking about? They needed him. He haven't won with them before or after. And somebody's like, well, you can't say after because, you know, he still got time. What? Like, bruh. It's so funny the lengths that people will go to try to discredit Steph Curry. That's just basically what it is. And I'm so confused as to how Steph Curry is this hated. Like, I really don't know why people hate Steph Curry like this. Like, what is the pushback on Steph Curry? Like, Nick Wright will tell you that LeBron James is the greatest of all time, but then tell you that Steph Curry is not even a top 10 player all time, even though 3 of LeBron's championship L's came against Steph Curry. And this ain't no situation where it's Eli, where you boost him up just because you don't like Brady and you believe and you say, oh, well, Brady would have had this many if not for Eli. When in actuality, it wasn't just Eli. The fucking defense was great too. This ain't one of them situations because Steph Curry is generational. But something else, bro. Twitter fingers Kevin Durant, bro, because that seems to be what he is nowadays. Big on this Twitter finger shit. Like, I was cool. I don't care that he responded to nobody, to be honest with you. But I was thinking that the motherfucker was just, at this point, dude, it's weird. He responded to bots, bro. I'm a nobody. Well, let me not say that. I'm not on Kevin Durant's level. Nobody knows me at this point. Well, I'm not calling myself a nobody. I'm not going to disrespect myself. I'm not Kevin Durant. Let me put it like that. And I'm not responding to bots, bro. So why is Kevin Durant responding to dudes that's got 1,000 follows but no followers? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, dudes who got eggs as they profile pictures, who created an account like 3 seconds ago just to fucking piss you off. Like, what are we doing right now? That is weird. I truly think Kevin Durant is the way he is, though, because of Kevin Durant, LeBron and Steph Curry stands, the media, the old media, and Kevin Durant. Those are the people that are responsible for Kevin Durant being the way he is right now, feeling like he got to respond to everything on his legacy and blah, blah, blah. And like I said, he know that he can bring up Chuck hating on him for money, which was just a dumbass response. Like, why would Charles Barkley be hating on you because you make more money than him playing when he make as much money as he make not playing? Like, that made no sense. That's reaching. But he have to know that people will view him different if he won before Steph Curry and after Steph Curry. He haven't. And I truly believe that's because Kevin Durant is a championship piece, but not a championship player. In a sense that he can't be the leader of a championship team. He can't take you there. But if you got another leader on that team that's a legitimate championship player, a championship star, you can plug Kevin Durant in because he offensively is great enough. I'm hearing people say, I saw somebody the other day say there's no flaw in Kevin Durant's game. That's just a fucking lie. There's no flaw in his game offensively. And if Kevin Durant decides he want to rebound that game, he can do that too. And I even understand that if Kevin Durant really focused in, he could be a decent defender like he was in Golden State. Kevin Durant has not been a decent defender in Brooklyn because he ain't got to play defense. That's not something he forced or required to do. I do hope Kevin Durant win another championship, even though it'll be insufferable from those Kevin Durant fans and the media, because then they'll try to act like Curry didn't still win before and after him. And the funny thing is, as soon as all these dudes on Golden State was healthy, they won again. Like, so you can legitimately say, as soon as this team was healthy again with their core three guys, after Kevin Durant, they won immediately after those when they was healthy again. It didn't take a year after they was healthy. As soon as all three of them was healthy enough to play it again, they won a championship. And the scary thing about Golden State is Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Wiseman. I still personally think they should trade Wiseman. I think Kevon Looney is good enough for what they need. The only way I would keep James Wiseman is if he was anywhere near, he can't just be an athlete. He got to be able to move like Kevon Looney. And I just don't know if a dude as big as him, as big as James Wiseman, is going to be moving around the perimeter and shit like a Kevon Looney. Now, I'm still interested to see, but all I know is Kevon Looney played every game last year. He done been an integral piece of every single championship we done won. He play his role. He know his role. I think it'd be way cheaper to go out there and get another backup center like a JaVale McGee used to be for this team, rather than paying James Wiseman. For the simple reason, I don't think you need James Wiseman. I would pay Kevon Looney. He has shown me that he is a championship level player and can do what is asked of him to be a championship player. And I think you get him into the gym in the offseason, put some more muscle on, get some more definition and stronger, even practice, get him a little bit of a post game going. I think Kevon Looney's ceiling is sky high because you don't need a big man who can give you 20. I would rather have a perimeter player that can go get me 20 plus than an inside dude who can. Andrew Wiggins to me is of more value than James Wiseman. And I don't know how great James Wiseman is. But what I do know is because he ain't been able to play, I know what they are without him. And I know how good they can be next year still without him. Because now I need Jordan Poole to take the next step. I need Moutier, Kuminga to take the next steps. I need Wiggins to take the next step. Klay Thompson going to have a whole year under his belt and a whole offseason to actually practice and get back into shape now. He gonna be able to play throughout a whole season next year. So Klay Thompson will be better next year. Draymond Green not gonna have to carry as much of a load. Him and Steph, they'll be able to take breaks now because you have emerging guys now. The Warriors are gonna be a far better team next year. I think you can do all that without a James Wiseman. And think of this, if James Wiseman is a great player, you end up having to pay him. I don't think you need that on your books right now. Especially Joe Lacob do pay players. I don't think you need that type of exorbitant contract. I really think you can package up Moutier or Moody, Wiseman. I wouldn't trade the young dudes who ain't going nowhere. Is Kuminga, Poole, and Wiggins. Not Wiggins. Well, even Wiggins because he only like 27. Wiggins ain't going nowhere. But out of the young ones that they drafted, Looney, Poole, and Poole especially, Looney, Poole, Kuminga not going nowhere. If I absolutely have to trade Kuminga, it gotta be for an absolute stud type player in return, like a player that I know gonna play the majority of the games and absolutely be a difference in the playoffs. I do not, and I'm not talking about just an offensive difference. This team can make up the difference offensively. I'm talking about defensively a difference and offensively, and can like change the swing of a game on a nightly basis. That's the only way I'm trading up all those pieces. But I just don't see the need for James Wiseman. Everybody talk about, oh, the Warriors small. The Warriors out-rebounded most of the teams they played in the playoffs. And they gave up the height advantage to most teams in the playoffs. I just think what Kevon Looney, where he is already at for the Warriors, you're going to have to get James Wiseman to that. And it'll probably take you about 2 to 3 years to get James Wiseman where Kevon Looney is right now. James Wiseman might be the better overall scorer, maybe even the better defender. But what Kevon Looney give you, man, you can make up that defense and offense with backups. You used to do it with a David West who made up the points as your backup. And you used to make it up with defensively JaVale McGee and other big men backup-wise. Kevon Looney, to me, I would keep him. Dead ass. For one, I don't think his value is as high out there on the open market as it is in Golden State. Because I think Golden State can see his use far more than another team. I think he would be wasted for another team. He would turn into a bench warmer for another team that never get these type of opportunities. Now, I also do believe, and I would never advocate for an athlete taking a pay cut. And I really don't think Kevon Looney should take a pay cut, because I don't think they're going to offer him nothing that would require him to take a pay cut. Like, he ain't getting no max or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Kevon not even a starter. So, I don't think he going to price himself out of Golden State. I think Kevon Looney is also, like I said, an integral piece of this team. And he not an unrestricted free agent. So, they ain't matching nothing that he gets signed in the offseason. Now, if somebody want to throw that man Timothy Mozgov money, you got to just go ahead and let that man bounce, because it ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way that you paying Kevon Looney no absorbent contract like that would fit this type of times. It's just no way. But, and then you got Clay and Dre coming up shortly, and I'm pretty sure both of them will take pay cuts to stay with the team and to keep this team together, just because this seems like a family type team now. This feel like a team that ain't breaking up no time soon, especially them core three. Like, you know Curry ain't going nowhere. Like, you know he's going to retire as a Warrior. But I really think these last 2 years solidified Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are going to retire Warriors also. And call me crazy. But if Andre could get his body right, I would want him to come back for one more year, bro. Dead ass. I would want him to come back for one more year. I just love this core four, man. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy they got another one. I'm so happy that they lived it up at the parade. What the fuck is they gonna say now? You know, fuck the haters. Fuck everybody who talk about what Curry can and can't do, or what he can't do specifically. Oh, he needed this, he needed that. You need to shut up, like Draymond said. Shut up. We ain't trying to hear it no more, bruh. Them boys is 4-time champions. Champions 4 times over. It feels great. It feels even better because I know them motherfuckers mad. Boy, I know Skip Bayless hated that fucking parade. I know Nick Wright was looking at that shit like, oh, I hate these motherfuckers. I just know it was teams out, it was people out there. What Larry Bird say? My greatest success is knowing. He said, I love winning because I know that Magic Johnson is in the locker room, in the other locker room, what's the word? He just in great pain or whatever over the loss. That's how I feel right now. Real shiesty. the greatest part of this championship for the Warriors to me is really Curry, but the other great parts is knowing that all them haters out there is suffering right now. That's the word I was looking for. Is suffering. That they just in so much pain over the Golden State Warriors, and specifically Steph Curry. They never seen a champion like this. They never seen a GOAT like this. They can't stand it. And LeBron, if you want to win a championship, my boy, it clearly looked like we back in the Mitch Kupchak days where these Laker organizations don't know what the fuck they doing. I'm just saying, bruh. AD can't stay healthy. They done traded away the young studs. You might as well go to Golden State so that Lonzo and Brandon Ingram can come back to LA. And then all will be right with the world, bro. All will be right with the world. Look, this is how I see it, Bron. You got rid of them dudes because of one bad year where y'all was in a great position to make the playoffs, but you got hurt. Bruh. That year off that you had that year, you basically took that year off this year because you didn't get to the play-in with the dude who you traded for them two studs. Not to mention, both of those teams, with those players that you traded away, yeah, they made the playoffs. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. You might as well just go ahead and join the Warriors because the Lakers ain't winning no championship no time soon. And this is coming from a Laker fan, bro. Not one of them goofy-ass LeBron stands who talking about we need the Boston Celtics to win, bro. I hope the Laker fan near him slapped the shit out of him for tweeting that bullshit. Like, the Laker fans in the comment section was not happy. They was like, oh, fuck you. You ain't no Laker fan. They was like, well, what Laker fan gonna say they want Boston to win? Fuck you. Another dude was talking about man, you a LeBron stan. We don't claim you, bitch. And I felt all that shit. I liked every single one of them. Because I felt that. As a Laker fan my entire life, it was two things we was raised to never root for, don't matter what. If my mama played for the team, I'm booing them. The Celtics and the Clippers. And you want to know what's so funny to me? So, as Laker fans, we always looked at the Clippers as like the pity franchise and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, they done been good over the last couple years. A lot of us real Laker fans look at Boston no different. What if they won? You take away that. That's why every time KG and them boys be talking like they 5-time champions, you can surely find a Laker around the corner that's going to be like, man, them boys act like they won 5 chips. Boy, they be watering down that one title. And we know how hard it is to win. We get it. But we Laker fans. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. Champions once again. I know they hate it. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.
Cheers, baby! What are they gonna say now? What are they gonna say now?